Welcome back to the MartiniWorks Podcast. We're here with myself, Dakota, and
Dustin.
And I'm over here.
what's your name?
Hello.
What's your name?
I'm Gels.
For real? Is that your real name?
No.
That's his real legal name.
Yeah,
it is
Gels
not.
is on his birth certificate, but he likes to be called other names. Anyways, we ate Alex, as you know. We changed up the set a little bit. If you didn't know, we're using kind of what we had left over from Gatlinburg.
Yeah. Might as well get the use out of it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's good stuff.
It actually is really good stuff.
It's nice
I like
stuff.
it.
Which is nice. Yeah,
Like
it's
it.
comfy.
We got a new couch.
Yeah.
No more outdoor futon.
We're holding the mic, so some people are going to get pissed. Some
they're
people get
so-
really upset.
Why, they get
about
mad?
that. Yeah.
They hate
Why?
it.
What's wrong with it?
I mean, it is a little janky holding the mics.
Well,
like
hold it.
this.
You gotta like cup it. You know.
No, don't like that. And but we will get set up with some mic stands. We were trying to do it before, and it was just turning out kind of weird. So I was
We were
like,
hanging them from the
You know
wheel
what?
wall, from
Well-
the ceiling.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick on like a pull down reel. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
we'll go back to our roots and
Okay.
hold them for a little bit. But
At one point, we'll get something, but today's
Dustin,
not that day.
What up, dude?
people may know you as a big truck guy. That's how I know you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you bought not a truck recently.
Oh, we're just jumping right
This
into
dude
it.
buys
huh?
more
Yeah.
cars than any
Yeah.
truck guy I know.
What are you talking
Little
about?
cars, big trucks is Dustin's motto.
So my favorite thing is that depending on what decade you knew me or what era you knew me in, there's these stigmas that exist in people's minds, right? Like remember at a previous engagement where I was the only car guy on the truck team,
Yeah.
because I had a car, but apparently nobody thought that I had trucks before that and I had cars before that. I've always just been into like everything, right?
Yes.
Yeah, same.
But you are absolutely correct. And I figured it out, by the way. So I was looking for a new winter beater or winter car, I should say. And had a couple $1,000 that I was going to buy something, halfway decent, nothing crazy. But I looked at like Silverados and K1500s and Broncos and this and that and everything. I even looked at a 89 Dodge. It's basically
Dakota.
no,
Yes?
not a Dakota.
Oh, what?
No, it's
Oh.
like a
that would've got
Mitsubishi
got
Pajero, the little like 4-wheel drive crossover SUV things. You ever seen those?
No, I don't know what the hell that is.
Oh, dude, they're super cool. You would love them.
Mitsubishi Pajero? That
Yeah.
sounds like a French Mitsubishi.
That sounds like
cool.
something you order at an Italian restaurant.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Can I get the
Mitsubishi
Pajero? Hold the
meatballs.
hold the Parmesan cheese for me.
Why would you hold the Parmesan cheese?
Yeah,
Are
like
you
hold it
psychotic?
over my
Yes.
plate while
Yeah.
you grind more of it. Yeah.
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you.
Say when.
Gels actually just
Say
saved
when.
me. I was just speaking to
Jesus.
fill time, and Gels just saved my life.
Say when.
I'm trying to figure. Hold on, I'm trying to
I
show this
heard
to
you.
Now
Still
we're
going.
committed. Now we're committed, boys. We're hello.
Say when.
That was weird. Nope. Keep going. More cheese. More cheese. I can't find it ever.
When?
Anyway, so I looked at all sorts of stuff,
Thank you.
and I didn't find anything I really liked until Friday.
You don't like K1500s?
No, I loved
Oh,
them,
I'm
but
just kidding.
trying to find one that was like not completely rusted out, not
Impossible.
shot, not needing. My favorite is like you pull up an ad. It's like, oh, there's a K1500, 180,000 miles on it, got some rust, whatever. It's totally good. First line runs good. Second line needs head gasket. What?
Putting that in the same line is crazy.
Yeah, dude,
And
it
it
was
happened.
insane. I started screenshotting them because I was gonna make a reel, and it's like when you're shopping Facebook Marketplace for beaters, and it's just line after line after line.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That is a trip sometimes.
Well, what
Yeah.
did you end up getting?
Okay, so you made the comments about how I buy a lot of little cars for a big truck guy.
Big
and
trucks, little cars.
I've realized it's just the ADHD, right? Like I can't be somewhere in the middle. It has to be one extreme or the other.
Yep.
So I have a Duramax that's lifted on 14 wides, and then I just picked up for a daily an 05 Mini Cooper S.
Oh,
Hell yeah. ERG.
Dude, British Racing green, brown and or like the tan and black leather interior,
spec.
leather, auto climate control, all sorts of
Manual.
good stuff. Yeah, 6-speed manual, 94,000 miles or 96,000
Climate's
miles.
automatic. You don't know how to change climate?
No, do you?
Yeah, I only get manual climate vehicles.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
But no, it's
Just be
super cool.
lazy, yeah.
I love it, man. It's been an absolute blast, dude. Those little cars are so fun to drive. And like I paid $3,200 for this.
Dude,
That's
you
a
got it for
fucking
a steal.
steal.
We were checking it
Yeah.
out this morning. Dustin rolled up, hard parked it.
Hard parked it on the
Oh,
load bay.
We all went and looked at it, and this thing is clean. Dude, you got
Yeah.
it for a really good price. How many miles again?
96,000.
For $3,200.
Brand
Dude.
new Steelies and Cooper all.
Okay, well we're gonna change those Steelies up.
Yeah, well, it's just what it came on at the time. But I mean, it's in great shape.
It
Couple little
is
rust spots.
Supercharged.
Yeah, supercharged, 1.6.
I've been doing that all day.
Yeah, I love it. It's cool though. So the inside scoop there is, like I said, I was looking for like a winter daily, and was not looking at Mini Coopers at all. I wasn't even really looking for a car. But my stepson Xander is 14 now, 14 and a half almost, right? Obviously works for MartiniWorks and does some odds and ends stuff here and there, is his first job. It's pretty cool. But this kid's been in everything, dude. Porsches, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, I mean, M5s, M3s, M4. The kid's been in every sports car you could want to be in. But the only thing that he's ever been like, I want that, is a Mini Cooper.
That's so wild.
Yeah, like I even asked him. So I found the car last Thursday night, and I sent it to Gretchen. And I was like, hey, this isn't anything what we were looking for, but this could be cool. We could buy one and whatever and make it pretty cool. And then if Xander wants to drive it when he turns 16, he can. And so I asked him the next morning on the way to school in the Duramax. I said, hey, I'm filming a reel and I'm asking people what they want for their, like if they could buy any car right now, what would it be? And I panned up and first thing he goes is Mini Cooper.
Damn.
And that's, I mean, without a fucking doubt, dude, without a doubt, he says it. And so I was like, that's it. That's the one. Went and looked at it, drove great, picked it up. Dude that I bought it from was super cool. He sells vintage bicycle parts out of Kakana.
Okay.
That's the type of owner that would drive a Mini Cooper 1,000%.
Like,
what the hell?
His name is Mike. He's got a man bun, like super cool dude, really rad. I mean, he's just an awesome guy.
Didn't even have to tell me. I already knew.
Yeah, I knew it. You already had him picked.
Do you think the car might be too nice to be a winter beater?
Maybe.
Like it's not.
Yeah.
The paint's nice on it. There's no like surface rust that you can see.
It's got 3 little spots. Yeah, there's 2 on the driver door. There's 2 little spots, and then below the passenger tail light where they all
iconic.
rust there.
Yeah.
They always rust there. So, but it's cool. I'll probably underbody coat it and stuff. But it's been rad, dude. We brought the car home. Xander geeked. He absolutely melted. He was.
Yeah. So how did you tell him you were getting it, or like?
No. So I just told him it was Friday night, and I just told him like we're gonna go look at a car. I'll be back later. Gretchen and I hop in the car and leave. And I came back, and Gretchen drove first, and then I drove second. So she parks and kind of goes in the house, make sure he's not looking. I pull it into the driveway, park it, shut it off, go in the house, and we're like, okay, let's go grab some dinner, whatever. And so I walk into his room, or walk in by his room, and as he's coming out from changing, I just hand him a key, and I say, here, this is for you. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, this is for you, here. And so he grabs it, and he looks at it, and he's like, wait, why does it say Mini? And he geeks out. So then he goes outside and he opens the door and he's like, we have a Mini Cooper?
That's so sick.
Awesome.
Dude.
Yeah, dude, it's cool.
It's really cool to see too, because obviously we've known Xander for quite a few years now, and with the involvement in WCC and all like the shows and stuff that we've done, it's like he's been there. He's been to Gatlinburg. He's been to pretty much every show with us, and it's like. He fucks with cars, but he's never been like, he never like joins in on like the conversation. It's like
right?
he's just been, oh yeah, no, I'm here.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see, and I love that it's a fucking Mini Cooper that it gets them all psyched like that. That's so cool.
Dude's been in $100,000 cars left and right, and he's like $3,200. I'm in.
That's a real enthusiast, right?
Yeah,
there.
dude.
You've gotten the chance to drive it a little bit. How do you like it? What do you think of it?
It is so fucking fun, dude.
Like, how does it compare to like your GTI? I mean, you got front wheel drive boosted vehicles here.
So I think the GTI is a little bit more comfy from a like space and creature.
Granted,
comfort.
that was a newer car, but
but even still, like the GTI is bigger. So I think that's the one thing that that the Mini Cooper lacks. But lacks doesn't really sound like, I'm not knocking it, but it's a small car. Right? Like it's a very compact little car.
Mini.
So it is. Yeah, it is mini.
Weird.
Not micro though. That'd be weird. Anyway,
Micro Cooper.
never mind. We're leaving all that alone. But I do notice, like when I go to fifth, Xander's a pretty tall kid, and so when he sits in the front seat, if he dips his knee over to the left, I'll bash into his knee with going into fifth gear. But like outside of that, man, it is such a properly good and fun driving car. Like I didn't want to like that car at all, and I got behind the wheel of it, and then I started kind of driving it spiritedly, and like the supercharger makes the right noises. It has just enough power to be fun without being too fast. This morning I was on my way into work and I rolled up on a white Explorer that I thought was a cop. Wasn't a cop, but I thought it was a cop in town. And I was like, oh, God, I got to slow down. And I bashed the brakes as I roll up next to him. And I realized that I stopped at 30 miles an hour. But the sensation of speed is so much greater because it's so little.
Like go-kart.
Yeah. And then
Feels like you're ripping.
Yeah.
yeah, and they're really rigid chassis. They're really small. They love roundabouts. Do you take a roundabout at like 50 miles an hour, just yeet that little thing in there?
Roller skate looking ass.
Yeah, it's fun, dude. I love it.
Yeah, I remember we got to autocross essentially some newer ones at a Continental event that we went to, and honestly, like those things had me cheesing. Like those,
they're fun.
they were properly fun on like a autocross course.
They are quirky.
Yeah,
Weird.
definitely different. Like it's a different driving experience and just like overall feel. Like you get in, like the whole like the gauge cluster's fucking
Yeah, you
weird.
have the RPM gauge in the middle, and then your speedometer is the size of a dinner plate in the center of the car. Oh, what?
so weird.
I don't understand.
Good little cars. How does it compare though to your Miata?
So honestly, it reminds me a lot of my Miata.
Oh, really?
It honestly
It's about the same age, yeah.
Yeah, similar year, similar tech. I think the supercharger on both is about, honestly, they probably made about the same power, right? 160, 170 HP.
Front wheel drive instead of rear wheel drive.
2,500-ish pounds. I think the Mini's 28 or something with like the sunroof and stuff. But it's funny, you add a sunroof to that car and you gain, I think, 12 or 15% of its overall weight because the car it's so little.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
But no, it's a lot of fun. I think for a younger enthusiast, as a second car, as a kind of I'm gonna beat around town in car, they're incredible. Obviously, it's not rear-wheel drive. It's not, you're not gonna get that Miata feeling out of it, but they are fun in their own proper ways.
Oh, absolutely.
And honestly, I'm really surprised. When I bought it, I thought that I feel like Mini Coopers have this like stigma, right? Of like, and maybe it's just because truck guy, not car guy. I don't know, but I always felt like Mini Coopers were kind of like, I don't want to say laughed at, but they were kind of like, oh, it's a Mini Cooper, whatever. Every grown man that I've talked to about this thing is like, dude, that's so fucking cool. I love it.
Yeah, I've really come around to them. I never really used to give them the light of day because I always thought like they looked so different. Like they're just kind of weird.
They're very British.
And like, and I never understood like their power plant either. I never realized they come like supercharged and boosted and shit. So it's like, and they were never on my radar. I always was like, why the fuck does someone choose to drive that? You know? And I was like, it wasn't until I got a little bit older and like more into cars that I was like, okay, I see the draw to them 100%. And then getting to drive like some of the newer ones and stuff. Man, they're good. They're fun cars.
They're good fun.
Do you have plans for it? Like, I'm assuming you ain't keeping it bone stock, right?
Nah, dude. So the intention with the car is that, I bought it and I'm going to winter drive it, but then Xander will turn 16 June of 2027. So, just under 2 years out. He'll get his temps next December. So the goal is winter drive it, and then next spring, next summer, him and I can start building it. And then the goal is that, it'll be due for a supercharger service, which you got to kind of blow the whole front end apart to get to it. He can do that work.
Yeah.
I'll help him, but he can do some of that stuff. And so when he turns 16, I want him to be invested in the build. Like, oh yeah, I did that. We put the coilovers on the car. We put the wheels and tires on the car. We did the supercharger service. We did this. We did that. And I think that'll help him have a much better appreciation for some of that
100%.
stuff.
And I think he'll enjoy it so much more,
yeah.
too.
Oh, 100%.
Something means a lot more when you've been wrenching on it and tinkering with it. Now, you say it needs like a supercharger maintenance, essentially. What does that consist of, do you know?
Yeah, so it's an Eaton supercharger on that car, but it's a 1.6 cylinder, inline four, but it's transverse mounted. So you got to picture, like if you're looking at the front of the car, the motor sits this way.
Yep.
And then the supercharger sits up on top because obviously it's a belt-driven blower, right? And then the intercooler sits on top of that. So both ends of the supercharger have these little oil reservoirs, and they only hold like, I don't know, a cup of oil a piece or something. I think it's like 15 ounces altogether. But every 100,000 miles, they recommend that you service those. So you actually take the supercharger off, drain the fluid out of it, put the new ones in, check it for bearing play, all sorts of good stuff. And it's considered like the big service on those cars, because to get to it, you have to put the car in service mode. Can you tell that they were owned by BMW when they did this? So you essentially take the whole, like the front bumper comes off and the bumper cover comes off, the bumper comes off, and then like the whole core support, radiator, cooling stack stuff, condenser, all that comes off the front. and then you can kind of get into what you need to get into there. But it is
Interesting, because when we popped the hood on, it looked like it was right there. It's surprising that it's that involved of them.
Yeah, the problem is getting to the supercharger because it's buried under the intercooler, under some other stuff. So you got to pull all that stuff off the front to get in there.
Gotcha.
But outside of that, they're decent little cars.
I was gonna say there was a specific, because you were talking to us, so you're like, I'm trying to find a Mini Cooper, had the idea in there, but there was a specific like range that you were looking for. So what was that?
Yeah, rumor has it, according to the overlords on Reddit, because Lord knows Reddit knows everything. If you're gonna buy a cheaper Mini Cooper, you want the first generation after the BMW buyout. So that would be 02 to 06. Those are the R50, R52, and R53 chassis codes. R50 is the Mini Cooper base. 52 is the convertible. 53 is the S with the supercharger on it. So of those years, they say that you want the 05, 06s because they were generally renowned as the more reliable of the cars. But yeah, guy was that I bought it from was like, I'm going to try to talk you out of this car. And I was like, cool, lay it on me. And he starts going over like supercharger maintenance and this and that and everything else.
Bold tactic to go into selling a car, but all right.
I mean, I think he was a straight shooter, and I
fair.
think that he was just like, I want you to know what you're buying, right? But I was like, dude, I owned 2 Subarus. I had a 6-liter Power Stroke. I've got
Subaru's
a
all you needed to say.
80,000-mile Duramax. Like, you can't scare me, bud.
So do you think, while you're in there doing the supercharger maintenance, do you know if you just got the car and I'm hounding you with these questions, but do they do like a smaller pulley, change the pulleys out or anything? No.
Brother, I appreciate you having the grace of thinking that I didn't hyperfixate over this for every hour between the moment I ink that title and right now. I am a Mini Cooper expert at this point, okay? You ask, I know it.
I'm surprised you waited that long. At the first search on Car Gurus or something, I would have been freaking searching parts.
I was already looking for wheels before I even went to go look at the car.
So can you do that? Can you make some more boost?
Yeah, so a lot of guys will do. The issue with it is, actually, shout out Sean Berger for hooking me up with some info on this. Because
he always finds his way back to the
classic.
One of these days, that elusive little son of a gun is
we'll
going
get
to
him
show
on.
up.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
we need to get him on
real. But anyway, so the issue with those cars is not so much boost, but it's intake air temperatures, because the intercooler is on top of the supercharger on top of the engine. So you can do, a lot of guys will do like 17% pulleys or 15% pulleys, right? Smaller pulley, more boost. But unless you're doing bigger injectors and fuel and or a bigger intercooler or a water cooler, the gains are next to nothing because the air intake temperature rises and then the air is less dense, so you're actually not getting anything anyway.
Interesting. So you got to do a bunch of cooling with.
Yeah. Yep. It's kind of a here's your package and do it. But there's guys out there that are doing, like, they got those cars properly tuned right up. They're making like 220 horsepower, 230 horsepower.
That would be so much fun in that car.
That's a piss missile, dude. That's a lot.
I'm not gonna lie, I was looking up. They make a supercharger kit for the 4Runner.
Ooh.
And it's a direct bolt-on.
Yeah.
Can do it in a day with garage tools. It comes with the tune. Literally, you can do everything right in your garage.
No
they
kidding.
say it's pretty easy, and get a 30% increase in horsepower and torque, which is very good. And then also too, it states that it won't affect the reliability whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's a very conservative tune that's on it, and but it wakes it up because 4Runners are piss slow. But man, it's $7,000.
Oh yeah.
That's heavy.
Anytime you go forced induction on something that's not forced induction, it hurts.
That'd be sick though.
Yeah, they're cool.
That'd be cool.
We had that supercharger on that truck, on that 6-liter 2500, and that was cool.
Yeah.
Like, it made all the cool. It wasn't any faster, right? I mean, it's still a 6-liter LS engine in a lifted truck in 26s and 37s. But damn, did it sound cool?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, that leads us to our first sponsor, MartiniWorks Podcast. We have Continental Tires. It's like supercharging your rubber compound on your tire.
Yeah.
Because they are the GOAT. So we're coming in the winter, as you guys know. Might be getting too late to get your Viking contact dates. You know what? If you see them and they say in stock, just order them.
Buy them right now.
Because
I've seen
they're
a couple
probably
of y'all.
gone.
Y'all already have.
Yeah,
They're
they're
starting to
coming
roll in.
Yep. And then, if you're out, not in snowland.
Lucky.
We live in the Arctic, basically. You can pick up some DWS06 Pluses if you want a good all season, something that's good in the wet, the dry, does everything kind of all around. Or if you got just summer days every day and we're extremely jealous of you, you can get Extreme Contact Sport 02s. Oh, That's
got it.
There's a DWS06 Plus.
No, this is a.
Is it an ECS? It's an ECS02.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's so tiny.
Yeah.
It threw me for a loop.
Wait, is that a 15?
It's a 15.
I need that. Let me
Is that for
have
the
that.
Datsun?
I think it was for the Datsun. It's another set for the Datsun.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I was it being so small just threw me off. Well, there you go. There's
This is
Extreme
for
Contact
Dustin.
Sport
That'll,
02.
yeah, that'll fit the Mini. Let me have that, actually. Thank you.
Phenomenal summer performance tire that's also extremely good in the wet, like insanely good at wet driving too. So head on over to MartiniWorks, check them out, and a big thank you to Continental for being a sponsor of the MartiniWorks podcast.
Be right back.
All right, Dustin, what do you got for me? You're telling me about some Queen, King, Joker of the streets. What do you got here?
First of all, I just want to say thank you guys for letting me commandeer your podcast to just yap the whole time. This is really great. Thank you
That's
so much.
what we do. We yap.
Yeah, so I had a fun one for you. So not this past weekend, but 10 days ago or so, I flew to the great state of Delaware.
Whoa.
Well, technically, I flew to Maryland.
I've never been to
and
either.
then went to Delaware. You never been to D.C.?
Nope.
Really?
Why would I go there?
I don't know. Like high school, they take trips to
I
D.C.
went
all
to
the
high
time.
school in Beaver Dam, brother.
I went to.
We went to the disc golf course down the road. We didn't go to Washington, D.C.
Oh, that's fair. Actually, that's fair. Sheboygan Falls went though, so I guess whatever. Anyway, so no, I got a really cool opportunity. I went to an event called King of the Street.
Which is?
So it's a diesel racing or diesel performance event. Like it's not just diesel trucks. There's one gas guy there, a couple gas guys there.
What the hell?
But it's a truck challenge. And so the concept is you have one truck that has to compete in all these different like disciplines essentially. So drag racing, sled pull, dirt drag, dyno, street driving. And I think I'm forgetting one. I always forget one.
Autocross.
No, that'd be
sick,
pretty sick. It'd just be a bunch of guys in big ass diesel trucks just plowing through cones.
Hell yeah.
They put the cones in a cornfield.
Oh, now I'm in. But it's really cool. So essentially, you roll up with this truck and you have to compete in all these different things. And then the winner, the king of the street, is kind of the best overall score, for example. So, you can be really fast in a drag racing truck, but if you don't have the right tires, you're not going to sled pull very well, or you're not going to dirt drag very well. So
Sick.
Some of those I feel like
all
are
this.
so drastically different. How do you even
Build something to do
or
all of it?
prep a truck to do all of that?
So it's a lot of work, and
Jesus.
so like I went with Chris Patterson of Unrivaled Diesel. Now Chris, if you guys aren't familiar, is known as Mr. 3000 because he's the guy that's hit 3K on the dyno. Like I want to say it's 4 or 5 times now.
3,000 on a dyno is absolutely insane.
3,000 what?
Horsepower.
Horsepower.
No, that's
Yeah.
not real.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he didn't.
The sad part is he's actually been bested now. Josh McCormick just did 4,400 or something.
Shut the fuck up. That's
True
not
story.
real.
True story.
In
It's
a
wild.
truck?
I can't
Yeah.
even fathom that, dude.
Yeah. It's,
Okay, now hold on though. I thought there was something weird with this
So there is
because it's not like actually.
So when you talk about dyno is one of the only disciplines, the only things where there's no like governing body or SAE standards, right? There's no standard for a dyno, which is why you always see guys say like, "Oh, I made 600 horsepower on a Mustang dyno."
Dynojet or
Yeah,
Mustang.
yeah, and then the
dyno,
Corvette guys are like, "Well, you're on a dyno jet because of the Mustang dyno is a blah, 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 blah." It's
Yeah.
whatever. And so there's no standardization. And so what happens is there's like you can do a couple different things, like when do you want the load to come in? How hard do you want to hit it? Yada yada yada. And so it's just a free spool where you just have to shock the dyno as quick as possible, right? And that's how you get your numbers. So it's kind of a mixed bag of things when it comes to what those numbers are or aren't, which is why you see like the diesel guys always default to a Superflow dyno because that's the king of whatever, I guess. But it's crazy. So those guys, they'll load a truck up and then they hit it with a bunch of fuel and then they blast the piss out of it with nitrous and then they brake boost it on a dyno. So they're like, okay, bring it up. They'll bring it up to like 2,000 and then they'll bring the load in and then they brake boost it and then they just slap it and they'll slap the nitrous and hit the fuel at the same time and it just goes, hop! It's 3K.
It's interesting because
I don't care if it's for a millisecond. That is still insanity.
Wild.
yeah, it's absolutely nuts. Yeah, I don't get the whole like confusion about that because it's like, horsepower in itself it's just a math.
It's
equation.
a calculation. Yeah.
It's torque times RPM times like what the fuck was it? 52
Color.
Something 52 or 52 divided by
wait,
52.
of the
something.
52.
No, that's never mind.
Nope.
That's-
Yeah, torque times RPM divided by 52,
Yeah.
52 or something like that. So it's like, is it just how those dynos are like measuring the torque then, or like applying that load?
So what happens with a dyno is, like in a racetrack, for example, when you drag race a truck or a car or whatever, you have a fixed load on that, right?
Right,
You can only spin the tire so fast because of things like friction and gravity and things like that. On a dyno, you don't have that, right? There's nothing that says you can limit the speed of this roller. So what happens is the diesel guys have figured out that they call it a nitrous slap, which is where you can essentially just slap the throttle and blast a bunch of nitrous into it. And for a split second, that truck spins so fast that it makes these crazy, crazy power numbers. But if you were going to do the same thing and limit that to say, you can only gain 1,000 RPMs a second or something, you'd blow trucks up at 2,000 horsepower all day, every day, because they're just not made to withstand that amount of progressive load. They just,
Right.
and that's it,
Okay, I see what you mean. Okay,
Still crazy.
Yeah, it's
those are
wild.
insane numbers. Like
Yeah, like
fucking
Chris,
A.
so
And at what, like 3,000-4,000 RPM? Like how?
yeah, like 4K.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ!
so Chris pulled a bunch of nitrous out of the truck. We dynoed on Saturday morning, excuse me, and it was cold. It was like 40 degrees, 45 degrees, and so he pulled a bunch of nitrous out because he was worried that the air was so dense that it would get, you'd just have too lean of conditions, and ultimately you'd grenade something. But yeah, he made fuel only. He made 2,100 or 2,200 or something.
Jeez
Yeah,
Christ,
it's
dude.
wild. It's crazy.
Freaking nuts, dude.
Yeah, but yeah, King of the Street's cool, man. It's
Did you win?
no,
Who was the king?
Parker, Matthew Parker, something. I
Peter
think?
Parker.
No, not Spider-Man.
Damn it.
But anyway, he owns Parker Performance Diesel or something. He's a cool dude. He's got a second gen Cummins. That's pretty rowdy.
Okay.
Can it happen too? Is it on the dyno? I think this happens. I don't know a ton about diesel trucks, but like runaways.
Yeah. So, I mean, it can happen anywhere, right? Because there's no spark in a diesel, right? It's just compression fired. So all you have is fuel and air. So you can kill your fuel source, but like if your turbo lets loose and it's dumping oil into the intake, that truck will just continue to rev up because it has fuel and it has compression and it has air.
Damn.
So just pop, and it'll just run
There's
away.
just no way to stop it.
You have to stuff a hoodie in the turbo intake, or you take like a 2x8.
Terrifying.
A lot of guys will keep a chunk of 2x8, like a foot long, or 2x12, so you can just snuff it out because you have to physically choke it out.
I would imagine that like
Go to sleep.
I would imagine that like damages a bunch of
okay now.
shit, huh?
If you can catch it quick enough, no. But that's what happens is it over revs and then it'll.
Yeah, I've seen them
grenade
literally
shit.
just like shake themselves apart. Like,
Yeah, I feel like I've seen a TikTok or a short video or whatever where the diesel engine, it literally just explodes, like parts
I've
go.
seen them in like
yeah.
the sled pulls and stuff. Like, dude, they'll
Oh,
just
yeah.
start like bouncing and fucking shaking, and then
Yeah.
they
Yeah, like, so like what causes that? What triggers it all of a sudden to just run away?
So it's some sort of additional fuel making its way. Typically, it's an oil feed line or
Gotcha.
something in the
Okay.
turbo fails, and then it dumps oil in, and that truck will run off of oil.
So terrifying.
Yeah,
that
dude.
It can have a
It's-
mind of its own all of a sudden.
Oh, and then you figure you're paired up with like the turbos these guys are running are not small. Like
No,
Chris's Cummins is an
massive.
88 over a 106. Like an
What does that mean?
So 88 millimeter turbo in the atmosphere feeding a 106 on the manifold. So it's a compound setup.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. we're talking like 100 psi a boost sometimes, boys. Like,
Turbo is
I don't even
bigger
know
than
what
the
that
Mini
is.
Cooper.
yeah, literally, dude. It weighs. Actually, I'd be curious to see the displacement. The two turbos
the
together is
engine
probably
and
more
the
than the 1.6.
Wild.
But it's nuts, man. It's crazy. These guys are throwing down some incredible numbers. I mean, they're using nitrous. Their turbos are so big on the dyno, they're using a spool jet. So there's a jet that goes into the intake before the turbo, and its whole goal is to spool the turbo. So it's on a push button. They just
Diesel guys are nuts.
yeah, dude, they're crazy.
How's it spooling the turbo?
Because you're injecting pressurized flow into the turbo. And so
Pressurize the pressurizer?
yes, you're literally spinning the turbo faster to create more boost.
The
That
good
is
news
so
is this,
crazy.
all this stuff is just super cheap. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice cheap hobby.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
way
it's-
way cheaper than.
Do you know what kind of
cars.
like PSI they're pushing on these vehicles?
It depends on what the setup is, because like some guys are running it's less about pressure, more about CFM, right? Because you need to move volumes of air, not pressure of air. But it's nothing to
cubic
see.
feet meters. Got it.
Yeah.
Cubic feet.
But it's nothing to see. Like, I mean, man, street trucks guys are running 60 psi in some of their
What
comments.
is CFM?
Chinese food meal.
God damn it. No, I can't think of
Oh, we put them on the spot.
I should know this, and I don't. Someone's gonna flame me so hard in the comments.
You're fine.
It's a flow. It's a cubic flow measurement. I don't actually think that's what it means, but
that was
maybe
pretty
it
good.
is.
I
Honestly,
believe it. I'll look it up.
It could
Chinese
be.
food meal. That's what I think.
That's disgusting.
No, what is? You don't like Chinese food?
No.
Oh.
Okay, I was kind of close.
Oh, really?
I threw two different measurements
Yeah,
in there.
that's
It's cubic feet per minute.
That's it. Thank you. I don't know why I was brain.
I said
farting.
cubic feet meter.
Okay,
I don't know why I was struggling.
Everyone
so
brain
hard with
farts.
that.
It's okay.
But man, yeah, it's crazy, dude. Seeing diesel guys like that do all sorts of crazy stuff, and like King of Street's really cool because you have to. So like we showed up on. I got there late on Thursday. Traffic in DC
Naughty.
sucks. Never drive in traffic in DC. Never drive in DC in general. It sucks.
We're
plan
driving
to.
traffic.
Anyway, so we got there late Thursday night. Just kind of hung out. Had a massive Orbeez war. That was cool.
What are you guys doing there?
You know what?
Orbeez war.
Oh, that's not what I heard.
All right, we're moving on.
All these big truck guys with their 4,000 horsepower trucks that get out with little Orbeez shooters.
No, dude, no. We're talking like full out Gatling gun Orbeez. I'm serious, dude.
Sounds
There was not a yes, dude, like spinning barrel and everything.
They got the truck beds. They just mount them in there.
I thought you just fill up pools with those things.
No. We also we rolled a golf cart over. That was cool.
Oh, Jesus. Holy
yeah, that was in the
hooligans
first
out there.
20 minutes we were there. Which
They
is wild.
cancel Gab, but they won't cancel King of the Streets. Yeah. We didn't have Orbeez.
Well, I don't know. Careful. I don't know. We'll get to that in a second here.
Yeah,
Dang,
Dustin,
okay.
Dustin got
Some-
kicked
Yeah,
out.
drama?
we got asked to leave by the Delaware
President.
State Patrol.
Naughty.
Three of
Naughty.
them. We'll talk
What
about
are
one in
you
a second.
doing? You're
okay,
naughty.
Okay, so anyway,
Did you shoot him with an Orbeez?
That's why we had a whole podcast on this.
no.
Doing
So
it.
Friday morning we get up and we drag raced on Friday.
Legally.
League on the drag strip, yes, thank you. Qualifying pass put down like a 6.28 in the eighth mile or something. So
In a truck?
respectable, not fast by any means, but top 30% or something.
mile.
Oh,
Eighth
okay,
mile, not
okay,
quarter.
okay.
Yeah.
Eminem.
That truck though has done a for sure a sub 9, if not a sub 8 second quarter mile.
God damn.
Still
Let's just do some
insane.
quarter mile stuff,
That's
which is
crazy.
nuts.
It's moving.
But we did that, and then second one, won the first qualifier. Second qualifier in drag racing, we lost because he was like Chris has been racing for a long time, and it's rad, but every driver has bad days. So he spooled the truck up and he went to launch. His reaction time was like a 0.3, which was not great, and then he missed lockup in second, I think, and then missed his shift into third, went
Jesus,
right to
man.
overdrive. So we got knocked out round 2, which whatever, it happens. It goes to show you, even if you're a rookie driver, that you should still compete in racing because you never know.
Shit
dude.
happens.
Yeah, your shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
So we went back and went to go set the truck up for dyno trim because like he changes wheels and tires and he does some nitrous different stuff and things like that. And then they told us they actually moved the street drive portion around. So Friday night we went on the street drive, which was sick. So I shot rollers out of the back of the rental of a recorded 3,000 plus horsepower truck. At that point, it was tuned for 2K on the street, coming over the bridge into Ocean City as the sun went down in the background.
Damn.
It was so sick.
That sounds so dope.
It was like, there's like moments, right? And you guys get it as creators. There's moments when you shoot something and it doesn't feel real. Mm-hmm. And that was one of those moments where I shot him and I was like, I don't even believe that I'm here right now.
Yeah. I know that feeling. There's some photos that I've taken sometimes where it's like, it'll click it. And then like I look in like I'm like, oh, I want to see it. And it's like, this is the best goddamn photo I've ever taken. And it's like, I just immediately want to go like edit it.
Yeah,
You know,
I
like,
could die right now and I've done it. You know?
Yeah.
So it was cool. We drove it. You have to drive the truck 100 miles with like no mechanical breakdowns or anything. So we drove it. We went to Ocean City. Got to dip my feet in the Atlantic Ocean, which is the last ocean I need to check off on the list. I've officially stood in the Pacific, the Gulf, and the Atlantic now, which is cool.
Big ocean guy.
Yeah. It was pretty.
About the Arctic.
No, I've never been to just the American, like this on the sides of America.
What about
Ocean.
Beaver Dam Lake?
Yeah.
I've been in that one.
Oh, nice. Have you really?
Yeah.
What were you doing in Beaver Dam Lake? Get out of there.
Get out of there.
Gross. Looks like pea soup.
Swim there.
You ever stepped in the Waldo Mill
It's a
Pond?
man-made lake. Did you know, like, the deepest point of Beaver Dam Lake is like 6 feet?
Yeah, it's super shallow.
Yeah, it's weird. But it's a big lake. It's not like a pond. It's a big lake, but yeah, deepest point's like
Winnebago's like that too. Winnebago's deepest point is like there's one hole that's like 40 foot, and other than that, the rest of it averages like 12 feet deep. It's
I
super
didn't know
shallow.
that about Winnebago.
Yeah, that's why it chops up so bad with the wind because it's super shallow.
The walleye chop.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
But no, it's cool. We drove to the beach, hung out at the beach for a while, went and got some dinner, and this is where everything starts to come unraveled.
So he's after everyone's fat and happy.
Yep.
So we roll back in. We left at 5. We roll back in at like 9:45 p.m. And apparently, King of the Street has a 3-hour time limit on your street drive. We were obviously a little late, right? Because we went to the beach, we got dinner, whatever. And so, like, we were like, okay, whatever. They did like a driver's meeting, the next meeting, and voted, and half the drivers were there and half of them weren't. And we were like, okay, cool, that's fine. We'll let it ride. Because there's a couple other guys, like one dude was like 2 minutes late. It's like, it's a street drive, dude. Just let it be.
What's a street drive?
So you have to drive the truck 100 miles on the streets.
That's it.
So that's
This
part.
competition's so easy. I do that literally every day.
But it has to be in sled pull trim. So whatever your truck weighs for sled pull, it has to be driven the same way on the street. So it's
Just to prove that I can do it.
Yeah, just to
Right,
prove
right.
that like it's a reliable driving truck.
Reliability test.
Functional.
Yeah. So we did that. Whatever.
You gotta start doing that for car shows.
I like this.
Hey, let me see you drive that thing for more than 5 seconds.
You want to come into the indoor showcase? Go drive your shit 100 miles. Then we'll talk.
Pull stuff.
So anyway, we wake up Saturday morning and go to dyno. Dyno like 2,500 or something, pretty conservative.
Casual.
Yeah.
Not that much.
He pulled a bunch of nitrous out of it. He had 8 nitrous solenoids. We ran 2.
Jesus Christ.
It was a 375 and then a spool jet. So nothing super crazy from a nitrous perspective. Did you know that nitrous isn't actually flammable, by the way? Like you can like blow it on a flame and it won't explode.
It doesn't do anything?
No, I have a reel. I posted it.
Oxidizer.
Yeah, it's an oxidizer. So all it does is like
Makes more oxygen.
yeah, like if you blast that at an open fire, it just gets really like it's almost like you had a big fan on it. Just
Right.
So super cool.
Yeah, giving it more
No,
air.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Makes sense, I guess.
So you're saying that scene from the Fast and the Furious is a bunch of bars?
NOS! Boom!
Yeah, absolutely.
I really
So
like
if
that
I
scene.
shoot a NOS tank with a gun, it's not going to explode?
No, but it is gonna go
Yeah.
fucking everywhere because it's under like 950 psi.
But it won't blow up.
No,
Damn.
not without another fuel source. Now, if you put that in
But it had to be real.
an enclosed space with, like, I don't know, some sort of other fuel vapor, then yes, it will explode very violently. So we dyno, make 2,500, whatever, doing okay. And then we kind of monkeyed around. We had some time because we were first to dyno, got done with that. And then we were supposed to dirt drag in the afternoon. And so we got the truck all set up for dirt drag and whatever. We're kind of hanging out. And then I forget. Oh, I know what happened. Some dude in a Power Stroke was on the dyno and blew his shit up. Like absolutely grenaded.
Hell
it.
yeah.
Like, took out 2 pistons.
Damn.
Went back to his pits. Hot swapped 2 pistons and a head gasket into this truck in this fucking parking lot.
Wait, what? How do you just swap a piston?
I don't know, dude. He just pulled it apart and put 2 pistons in it. It was crazy.
What the fuck? How do you? It's not a thing.
It is a thing, apparently. I don't know. But he came back and he wanted the dyno because he's like, hey, I fixed my truck. Let me dyno.
They're like, yeah, right.
And they were like, no, you can't do that. It's against the rules. It's like, homeboy just put 2 pistons in his
put
truck.
some respect on him. Let him do it.
Basically, an equivalent of a county fairgrounds. Like, just in the ground. There's no shops, no lifts, no nothing. He tore this thing apart, put 2 pistons in it, let him run it, whatever. And that started this whole drama with drivers this, and this guy can't do that, and this guy can't do that. Long story short, they end up disqualifying pretty much everybody that broke the rules, including us.
Oh.
Hey, yo.
Because we were late on the street drive.
Oh, okay.
So they DQ'd the street drive, and then based on that information, that coupled with So we had 0 points for that. We were kind of conservative on the dyno because we were early to dyno. We obviously butchered the drag racing side of things. And so Chris is like, I came here to win. Like, I brought the big truck. I wanted to compete. I'm not competitive anymore. Let's drink beer and eat pizza and hang out.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Let's do it. So we cleaned the truck up. I got to drive it, which was sick.
Nice.
Dude, crazy
It probably was
experience.
dope.
It's got a full manual valve body. You know what that is?
Nope.
So it's an automatic transmission, but on the center console is this little ratchet shifter. And so you can manually control what gear it's
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Super cool. Dude, it's such an incredible experience.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is driving like a 2,000 horsepower truck like similar to, I feel like it's got to be different than driving like a 2,000 horsepower car.
Yeah.
So
Like,
I
feel
don't
like you're driving a 2,000 horsepower car, the thing wants to kill you at any second.
Yeah,
Driving a 2,000 horsepower truck, I feel like you can still drive it like a normal truck.
I don't think I've ever driven anything north of 1,000 gas powered, like car wise.
Sure.
So I can only speak to my experiences. But what I can say is, for 2,000 plus horsepower, that truck is so well mannered.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I feel like
is
I
so
feel like
crazy.
they handle it really
But it's
well.
wild to me because it's like it drives well, it shifts well, it makes the right. It sounds like a Peterbilt. I mean, it just growls, dude. Right? But what's rad is at any given moment, if you snap the throttle down, it will light all 4 dually tires up at 40 miles an hour.
Okay, so it can kill you.
Yeah, it absolutely
Lighting up all
can.
4 dualies.
It does. It does. I'll show you a video later, dude. At like a 40 roll, Chris lays into it, and the whole truck just goes.
That's fucking nuts.
It's nuts. It's
Okay.
absolutely nuts.
So it is just as rowdy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was so impressed with how streetable that truck was. I mean, just and now with a caveat, right? It's a 2,000 horsepower truck. You're in race buckets and harnesses.
Yeah.
There's no like it's got a partial interior. It's clunky and loud and noisy and makes a lot of weird noises, but it didn't drive bad.
Yeah, right.
Which was super cool. So anyway, we go and we wash the truck up, and I shot some pictures of it, which are killer. They turned out incredible. I shot them at like sundown. So good, so good. Another like core memory moment. It was super sick. And that was kind of the end of it. Sunday morning, we wake up. We had some breakfast. We watched some sled pull stuff, which was cool. And then we were going to go to the beach until we realized that the brake pads on the truck were pretty much shot. Right, they were just gone, which happens. When you use your brakes to drag the engine down on a dyno so many times, eventually you're going to wear through your brake pads, right?
Yeah.
So we put the truck on the trailer, and we're just kind of packing around, moseying up right at the end of the day. And someone, I don't know who, and we still haven't figured out who, but someone tells Chris, you should do a trailer burnout.
Oh.
Right, so he's got the drag truck on the gooseneck, and then he's got a little like utility trailer that he hauls all his tools and stuff in behind it on the gooseneck. And he goes, you should do a trailer burnout. And Chris is from Texas. So it don't take a lot of poking to get Chris to do some rowdy stuff,
Hey.
So Chris is like, all right, fine, I'm in, twist my arm. And so we laid the fattest burnout you will ever see in your entire life on this trailer. I'm talking
Trailer is
these
crazy.
Nitto 420s had 110 miles on them when they loaded on the trailer, and there's nothing left of them. He got the
Oh,
tires so
damn.
hot they boiled, like they
Oh my
bubbled.
God.
Yeah. You were showing me the video. It was literally on fire.
Yeah, it was literally on fire. Yeah, it got so hot, and the wheel liner fell and hit the tire, and then that got so hot that it created friction, which lit all of the rubber the rubber particles on fire. There's a whole big fireball on the
Did
side.
you have to
of it.
put it out, or did it?
It went out on
Okay.
its own. Yeah, I mean it was fine. We were okay. But we thought we were just having some fun, right? I mean, like, it didn't hurt anybody. There was nobody, like, it didn't like we did it in front of, a group of kids or something. We just drove right down the main drag, laid a fat burnout. People were cheering and laughing and having there's cameras everywhere. People had a great time, except one lady
Yeah.
who apparently was not happy. And she was so unhappy that she called the track owners, which then called the local PD, or the state PD, I guess.
Naughty.
Now, mind you, while they're on route, the track manager is like, "You gotta go do that by my sign. We're gonna go mega viral. This is so sick." He was gassed up.
Yeah.
Dude. He was so excited. And so we were like gearing up. We're like, "All right, let's run it back, do it again, and whatever." And then the state boys showed up, and that was the end of our fun.
No truck takeovers, Dustin.
It wasn't a truck takeover. Like, we were safe. There was nobody in the way. It was strapped down on the trailer extra. Like, we strapped it to make sure it wouldn't go anywhere. Like, we did. In terms of safety, man, we did everything right.
The safest way to do dumb shit.
yeah. But it's like, man, you're at a diesel event.
You're at a track. You're literally at the track.
People were doing burnouts. We were drag racing. We were sled pulling. We were doing dyno competitions. There's no safety fence around the dyno. Multiple guys put down over 2,000. A couple guys did 3,000. Like, I get it.
Justified.
I get it, but we were in a place where I would have assumed that's. In fact, I know that there were other guys doing burnouts because they posted a video of another guy doing a burnout.
Okay.
So it was, I think, just a
you get a
weird.
ticket?
No, but so I'm filming.
Did you show the cops a video?
No, but it's better. So I have a clip. So the state boys roll up, and I'm sitting in a chair, and I've got the camera just seated here because I'm trying not to make it apparent that I'm filming because I don't want them to get weird.
Right.
And I don't want them to get nervous, right? As a friend of multiple people in law enforcement, it's a tough world out there, and I give mad props to everyone that's in that line of work.
Sure.
So I'm filming, and guy rolls up, and he's like, "Hey, how are you?" We're like, "Good. How are you?" He's like, "Good." So, he goes, "The owners of the properties don't want you here anymore. So, you guys got to leave. If you don't leave, you'll be arrested for, ticketed and arrested for trespassing.
Jesus.
No worries. We'll get out of here. Let us get our stuff." And so as I go to pack my stuff up, I just set the camera on the table. I just leave it roll because Chris is mic'd up. He's got a little lav mic on. And so I just let it roll because I don't know what happens. And so they're talking. They go over, gets his phone number and takes his driver's license, yada, yada, yada. And this patrolman, he's 22 years old, probably just fresh out of college. And he's like, "Yeah, so apparently property owner said you guys are doing burnouts or something." And Chris goes, "Yeah, I did it on my trailer. You want to see?" Without hesitation, the sheriff goes, "No."
No.
I was like, "Oh, okay."
That's crazy.
So it was a weird ending to the weekend, but it was fun, man. It's a rowdy time.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Even without the shenanigans, dude, it was it's crazy. Those guys get down. That's a whole nother level of abuse to put a truck through. That's that I think a lot of guys don't think about.
Yeah, it's crazy. I like the idea of an event, though, where it has multiple stages that you have to go through to really check. Like, truly king of the streets. It does it all. That's neat. Is there any, like what's a car event that's like
Drag and Drive is like that. So Drag and Drive is, I think it's the same thing as like Sick Week. It's the same thing. I think it's 5 or 6 tracks, and then you have to carry all your stuff with you. So you can have a trailer, but the rules are very specific that you have to drive your car and or truck with your trailer to the track, race, and then pack your shit up and then drive to the next one and race and then drive to the next one. So it's
cool.
It's really neat. Yeah. It's a whole nother level of like endurance, I guess, or like it requires you to be so much more forward thinking about a build versus I'm just going to build a dyno queen and go make 4,500 horsepower. It's like, well, you can, but that truck's not going to make a pass on a drag strip. It's not going to work.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
well, that leads us to our next sponsor of the podcast, which one of you won the giveaway for Melco. Yeah. So thank you guys all for participating on the last podcast. By the time this goes up, we'll have reached out to the winner that commented about it. So thank you. And if you guys like that, I mean, we can do more in the future, so stay tuned. We'll make sure to do some more giveaways because that was cool, and tons of you guys responded, which was awesome, and we're very thankful for Melco, which we have over on the MartiniWorks website. We have a bunch of different packages, so that way you can buy all of your detailing stuff all at once and be good, and you'll have a bucket of what you need, or you can buy the stuff individually too, but we do love our Melco detailing products. Like
dude, Slick is so good.
Yeah.
It's such a good product. It's so easy to use. It leaves a nice like hybrid ceramic finish on it. It
is really quality stuff. It's not cheap by any means. Like it turns out really well.
Yeah.
All the products you use, it leaves a nice finish, whether you're using the quick detailing stuff or we've said it a million times, but like the tire, we love the tire cleaner on there.
Is great.
Yep.
Yeah.
It works phenomenal. So head on over to MartiniWorks, pick up some detailing stuff from Melco, and thank you to Melco for being a sponsor of MartiniWorks Podcast. We'll be right back. Okay, so something's coming up real quick. Me and Giles aren't going this year, which is the first time in a bit now.
Nerds.
SEMA.
Didn't get the invite.
You want to go to my place?
Sure.
SEMA's cool. It's not necessarily meant for the general public. It's more of like a trade show. You're, meant to talk with some business, do some business chatting. But however, there's always some of the most insane builds, and we've seen some sketchy stuff at SEMA too. It gets some flack too for some of the stuff that shows up. But obviously, I would say negative stuff always takes the spotlight. Yeah. Overall, I've been to SEMA a bunch of times, very grateful for that opportunity, and there is always world-class caliber builds there too, and they don't get the attention that the guy with the Bluetooth drive shaft or the Miata with fake turbos that aren't hooked up get, unfortunately. But those do show up too. But every single year when we go to SEMA, there is one car, maybe one or two cars that just like steal the show. And
like the Bronco last year.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone puts them in their booth.
Cybertruck.
The last one we went to was Cybertruck. Yeah. Holy
dude, it was
shit.
Cybertruck Center. There was one like rap booth. Or like it was for a vinyl company. They had fucking 8 or 9 Cybertrucks in their fucking booth alone.
Yeah, one booth.
Yeah,
it was insane. Anyways, so this year, what do you guys think? Because I feel like the newer cars have slowed down a little bit, but there is the new Prelude. I don't know if companies can get their hands on it yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
But maybe maybe the Honda booth will probably have one. You think?
I would hope so. Yeah. Jesus.
So there's that. But for newer cars that have came out, it's kind of slowed down a little bit. We were going wild with like the GR86s, the Corollas.
Yeah, there was a hot streak for a while.
I think the FL5 Type R will still be popular.
Yeah, I think we'll see that quite a bit. I think you'll probably see quite a few like BMW stuff.
Yeah,
because like the new like M2 and M3, I think have gotten so popular.
Z's were pretty popular too.
Z's were there because it was like the newer platform, but I don't think they hit as hard as the Supra did that year, dude. There were Supras fucking everywhere when those came out.
Yeah,
I agree. I think on the truck side, it's all Power Strokes. I mean, just on the small sample size I've seen, it's all brand new Power Strokes. So yeah, I don't know on the car side. It's interesting.
Mustangs maybe, because I remember the C8 took over that one year.
The
too.
Mustang is a big deal with what's it called, the GTD or what's the one that's making its waves right now?
Yeah, the GTD is kind of shaking some stuff.
I feel like that's hyped up Mustangs overall because that one's so insane.
$250,000 Mustang.
Yeah,
crazy.
So that's a good call out. I think that's a fair one.
Yeah, so like it's like the S650s, like still relatively newer. Yeah. Like I said a couple years ago, the C8 was fucking everywhere too. That was such a big deal. But
that was the year they announced the ZR1 too, right?
Yes.
So like that makes sense. I don't know that there's one car when I look at the market or at the industry that's like it's gonna be that,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like right now, and I don't know if there's.
It'll be interesting. So Alex will be headed there. He'll make sure to tell us, and we'll be dropping some shorts and videos and stuff. So make sure you guys follow us on all of our socials so you can see kind of the update there. But also another thing that's exciting too is usually wheel companies announce a lot of their new wheel lineups.
Yeah, so like Koenig had a few that they announced last year. Even Graham-Lights and Rays had. One was like the 57 NR.
Ferrata had some.
Yeah, it's always a good time to go.
The Rays booth is always sick.
Yeah, it was rad. I forget if it wasn't Ferrata. I think somebody last year had like this super cool. It was in the middle of I think Central, and you had to like to get into their booth. You'd like walk up to their booth, and then you had to go all the way out and around, and then there was a bouncer, and you had to card in because they had a full bar. It was like a nightclub in the middle of the hall.
Wow, I never seen that.
Super cool.
Yeah, I would have been drunk as fuck.
An exclusive booth.
No, I didn't even see it.
And then like you walked in and they had all their wheels on the wall, and then there was like a DJ and like a bar set. It was sick. It was super sick.
The one thing since I'm not going this year, I'm really gonna miss is the Toyo Tread Pass.
Yeah, that was always.
There's always super unique builds there.
Can I make a confession?
Sure.
I've been going to SEMA since 2019. I've never been to Tread Pass.
Dustin, you're fucking missing out.
I've never.
Those are some of the wildest builds I've ever seen in my life.
I don't even know where it is.
It's between.
It is in a weird spot.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of weird because we always
look for it.
Yeah, because it's like you have to like go upstairs, I believe, and then it's like connecting the two buildings.
It's outside/inside/outside. Again.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is a weird spot, dude. You gotta go.
I've never been. I don't. It's just never worked out.
Dude,
I've never been over there.
There are some just like I said, the most insane builds that I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
Are in that booth.
Yep, they are just clean, just amazing builds, and that's what I'm saying. Like I think SEMA, you hear the the bad stuff about those people that rush their builds just to get it in, because it always comes down to
like you said. Unfortunately, that stuff is the stuff that goes crazy.
But it's truly an amazing event.
But dude, there's some builders out there that have been going for multiple years that are building some insane. Cam, he's been in the tread pass a couple times. He has he originally built that, I think it was a BRZ or FRS that had like the crazy, I think it was like an LSL, but he had like the crazy header system that they all came to the front as a collector, and then it came out. But he and it was like Rocket Bunny and all that sort of stuff. But then he did like the BMW that was like the whole like tube like thing on it. I think we talked to him last year. Super cool guy, super nice guy. But he's built some absolutely insane cars that have been in that.
Also, too, if you remember, it went viral. I'm spacing on the gentleman's name, who he is, but he had the like full carbon R32.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Carbon fiber. That video went viral. That was in there. I think it might have been in there multiple years, to be honest with you. He was at least there for sure. I see him running around. He's always so happy. Seemed like a really good guy. But yeah, always incredible stuff. It'll be interesting to see what trends come out. And there's definitely, like last year when we went a style to like even the wheels that were released, we were seeing a lot of similar stuff with like that mesh design and then like an outer spoke.
Yeah, a lot of like that, like aero like
covers,
not even
style.
cover, but just like
Aero lip style stuff.
Yeah,
like a turbofan ish, but just in the lip.
Do you know what it stems from?
What?
IMSA racing.
I can
You
see
didn't
it.
know?
Yeah.
So same thing with like American Racing Pro Series. They've got they call it the aero lip. It's got like this cool deep lip, and that stems from IMSA
it's
racing.
meant to cool the brakes, right? Send air to the brakes.
Yeah. It's super cool stuff.
Yeah, that's unique. It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm really trying to think if there's anything that I can imagine seeing, and maybe that's a good thing because maybe it'll open up,
diversify what's in there, because everyone's like, what car should we bring to get people in our booth?
Yeah. SEMA's interesting this year though. We're seeing like on the manufacturing side that a lot of brands aren't boothing this year. There's a lot of them that are just
it does.
Which
I
is
feel like the last couple of years it's been a little weird for some brands.
What happened is I feel like with COVID, they didn't host SEMA there because they couldn't with all that going on. So a lot of brands didn't go. And then I think they realized like it's obviously a lot of money to have a booth at SEMA. It is a huge expense. And I mean, there's a good reason to do it for sure. But doing it year after year after year after year, and it's expensive. And then you don't go and you realize like, okay, well, we were fine with
when we didn't go. Yeah.
I think a lot of brands are just like, you know what, maybe we're going to take a year break or a couple year break. And
especially because dude, it's so expensive. Not only like to have the booth there, but to like get your team out there, host them
everything
for like
that
an
comes
entire
with
week. Like, also, it's a fucking time investment. You're there all fucking day.
Yeah, dude. We fly out on Monday, come home on Sunday. So
it's
7
absolutely
days.
Exhausting.
7 days in Vegas will beat you up.
Yes, it will. That's why I try to take it slow.
That's why I try to get the hell out of there after like 3 days.
Saturday doesn't count though, because I'll be in the lake,
dude,
out on the lake bed all day.
By day 3, I am just a shell of a human.
Yeah.
Like, talked to so many people, made so many videos, walked for 10 hours straight, probably longer than 10 hours.
Had so many $2 beer and hot dogs.
22,000 steps a day. And Lars drags me out to the bar across the street, and we shut that place down.
Shout out to our friend Charlie. He made SEMA survival packs.
Dude, that saved me. That actually saved me.
It did. Yeah,
because
it was so clutch.
You forget that you're literally in a desert sometimes.
And the air is dry.
Yeah, and the air is dry because we were walking around, we're talking about it. But dude, I don't really get like chapped lips or anything. My fucking lips were chapped. And I'm like, this sucks. And then he literally gave me that thing and there was chapstick in there. I'm like, Charlie, you're the best.
Dude, there was like
liquid IV,
a shooter in it.
Yeah, there's a shooter,
like a little
sunscreen,
drink,
emergency because you inevitably get sick.
Yep, SEMA sickness.
Oh my! It just had everything like you needed to like get you through that third day to revitalize yourself. So shout out to him. But it's a lot of work for everyone involved. Even if you're just attending, you'll put more steps in that convention center to see everything and talk to people. Oh my gosh!
And then you walk. You get up in the morning, you walk from your hotel to the shuttle, and then you shuttle over there, and then you walk through the halls all day, and then you walk back to the shuttle.
We used
and then
to
you go
just
to your hotel.
walk from Circus to the event.
Allegedly, we never stayed at Circus.
Why?
I didn't see anything.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why are you being weird about it?
It's the joke is that we never told anybody we stayed at Circus.
Oh,
we did.
Oh, all right.
I fucking hated it.
it was
was
horrible.
terrible.
It was awful.
I hate Circus.
Apparently,
I walked
it's
in there
really
and got
nice in there now.
Bullshit.
I
I walked
don't
in there and I got an immediate sinus infection.
Yeah.
And it fucked me up
My
for the
room
whole
smelled
trip.
like bleach so bad my eyes were watering in my hotel room.
Yikes!
It was
dude.
disgusting.
It was
But it was a walks away from the convention center, which was nice. And
Still
Yeah.
a decent walk though.
Yeah, it was still a walk.
yeah,
It's not like it was like right outside.
it was a few blocks.
I stayed at Resorts World when they first built that. My first year at SEMA, I stayed there for like 4 days.
Well, now they have the Tesla tunnel connecting. That's pretty. That was pretty cool.
Extraction looter shooter going.
That was
on there,
pretty
you know?
cool.
Explain what the Tesla tunnel is for those that don't
It's
know.
literally a tunnel with Teslas.
Yep.
And it's like this whole like loop system that is like the convention center and some of the hotels and other areas around Vegas, all underground. Like you walk in, it's almost like a train station.
They got
essentially.
RGB lights in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Dude, it's sick.
It's all like self-driving essentially. So like you just hop in
And
and
you do kind of like these tunnels are fairly tight. Like it's
and you're moving.
Oh,
yeah, you're
40
whipping.
miles an hour. You're
whipping through there. So it was interesting, but it is convenient. It did work nice.
It was a lifesaver at
did
the
get kind of congested though. I think now that everyone knows about it, it's like
yeah,
just
but
as
they're
busy as
constantly
everything
like
else.
adding more routes to it. I think. I think
tunnel
they just
people.
finished up another one or something.
They're supposed to connect, I think, Old Vegas to New Vegas
That-
at some point.
That
with
would
a
be
tunnel.
incredible because
That'd be
we would
sick.
stay in Old Vegas when we went,
Yeah.
or at least the last time we went, which is nice. I love the downtown Grand. I love
Oh,
that.
downtown Grand shout out is like that is the hotel. That is that's the best.
$2
hotel in
beer and
Las
hot
Vegas.
dog.
Yeah, $2 Nathan's hot dog, tap
And,
beer,
What kind of beer was it? I can't remember what beer it was.
domestic. I don't know, Miller High Life or
Pabst?
something.
It was Pabst.
Oh,
it was
Pabst,
PBR.
you're right.
It was PBR and a hot dog. Yeah, $2.
Can't beat that.
Best deal in Vegas.
heck yeah. Well,
Right next to the like dollar blackjack table.
True.
you know what else is a super good deal?
What's that?
Getting Fortunatos.
Yeah,
Probably one of the best coilovers you can get for your car.
tell me about it.
Well, they're customizable, or you can get them off the shelf. They're hand built in Virginia by automotive enthusiasts, and they build them to a T. And if they are not the exact damn number they need them to be, they will tear them completely apart and rebuild them. So,
I've seen it.
yeah, literally. I seen a guy like he was ready to clock out and it wasn't quite right. Got to tear it apart, build it back again, and but they love what they do and they're passionate, and that translates to just a phenomenal product, and why we run Fortunatos on our vehicles and why we're happy to have them as a sponsor on the MartiniWorks podcast. And we've ran them for years and years, and we'll continue to run them for years and years, just because the quality that they put in is next to none, and they really stand out compared to other coilovers. Yes, they are not the cheapest. Because sometimes you have to pay to get what you get. You know what I'm saying? That price comes with some of the best coilovers on the market. So if you head on over to MartiniWorks, check out Fortunato. You can, filter by your vehicle, see what they have for you. And if you need help, maybe you're doing a little bit more of a custom build, or you're going to be specifically doing something with your vehicle and you want to dial it in, we can upgrade to Swift springs, do all that. And then down the road too, let's say you buy a set, you have them for 5 years and they're starting to get a little more wear out. They don't feel exactly like they used to the day you got them. You can take them out and have them rebuilt by Fortunato, and they'll rebuild them to the exact spec they were, or you can upgrade them too. Yeah. That's another option, is to upgrade them down the road. So thank you to Fortunato for being a sponsor of the MartiniWorks podcast. And Dustin, thank you so much for coming on and telling
Thanks for having me, boy.
gnarly stories. We always
is fun.
appreciate you.
It's always good to get a peek into the truck world.
Oh, I gotta drag. I keep
in the
talking
Mini
about
Cooper
it.
world.
I gotta drag you guys along to like UCC or something. You guys would.
I feel like it would be really eye-opening.
There's so much there.
I'd be so out of my element, but I feel like it'd be really
I
eye-opening.
feel like you guys would
Underground
crush
world
it,
of
though.
trucks.
Yeah.
Dakota's a secret truck guy. He doesn't admit it,
sort
but
of. I'm like in between right now.
yeah. All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Before we head out, though, just a reminder, we're rolling into November. I think this is going up on the 31st. Happy Halloween.
Oh, we weren't even dressed up.
I mean,
Stupid.
That sucks.
speak for yourself.
This is actually Alex. This has been the whole time.
Yeah.
Psych. But we are rolling into November, which means essentially Black Friday in the world of buying things online. So
Sales.
we're running the homie hookup again, guys. If you were around last year, we ran what we called the homie hookup, giving you guys the best deal on stuff that we can. So Mod Your Car with the friends of MartiniWorks. November's coming up. We're rolling into it. There's going to be stuff happening very, very soon.
Also,
Keep an eye out on socials.
exclusive deals for the
Yes.
podcast. So make sure you listen every Friday, because we're going to do a couple exclusive deals that only people listening on the podcast will get.
Which is really exciting. So we're running the homie hookup back. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a fun time. November's going to be crazy. Best time probably all year to buy car parts coming up. So keep your eyes out. Keep an eye on the socials. Listen to the podcast. Check out MartiniWorks.com.
Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.